Sandor Nagyszalanczy here for Woodworker's Journal magazine and the video portion of my review of 7 top-shelf jigsaws. Now, if the only experience you've ever had with a jigsaw was with a bargain basement model that you paid less for than a meal at a fast food restaurant, let me tell you, the combination of features and performance that these saws offer really make them worth their premium price tags. In order to be able to go into greater depth in reviewing each saw, I only chose the top models from 7 popular manufacturers, including the Bosch 1590 EVSL, the DeWalt DW331K, Hitachi CJ110 MV, Milwaukee 626821, Metabo STEB 135 Plus, the Festool Tryon PSB 300 EQ, and the Makita 4350 FCT. Before I talk about the individual features and performance of the saws, I want to talk about the things that they have in common. First of all, they're all top handle models with a trigger style grip, which is a variable speed control on some of them as well. They all have some sort of quick release mechanism that allows rapid blade changes of the tang style saw blades that all the saws use. There's an orbit control that controls the amount of aggressiveness of the cut of the blade. And they have variable speed motors with a dial somewhere that allows you to vary the number of blade strokes per minute to suit the cutting application. There's an adjustment of some kind for the foot of the tool to allow it to tilt for bevel cuts, which is really handy. And then there's a blower built in that actually blows air out the front to remove sawdust from in front of the blade. Makes it easier to cut. And finally, all of the saws allow you to hook the tool up to a dust collector. The least expensive jigsaw in this group is the Hitachi CJ110 MV. It has an overmolded body with a trendy design that perhaps only a Japanese Transformer fan could truly love. The overmold does offer a decent grip though, and it does protect the body from jars if it's accidentally dropped. It has a 2-finger trigger, but its action was not my favorite in the bunch. This saw's low price tag means it comes with very few accessories and ships in a box and not a plastic tool case. I really like the location of the Hitachi's variable speed dial right at the front of the body where it's easy to get to and see. Its quick change blade mechanism worked pretty well, but I'd say it's about middle of the pack in terms of ease of use. Like the Makita in Milwaukee, the Hitachi does have a built-in LED, but also has a funny pointer that sticks down and tends to obscure the line of cut a bit. In my cutting trials, the Hitachi showed a bit of a lack of power, no doubt due to its small 5.8 amp motor, and it was the second slowest in my 2x6 cutting trials. Now let's look at the DeWalt DW331K. Initially, I really liked the ergonomics of this tool. It's got a nice wide comfy handle that was very good for a medium-sized grip like mine, with a kind of a pommel on the front which allows a two-handed grip suited for a variety of different cutting situations. It's got a nice wide 2-finger trigger which operated extremely smoothly. It's actually my favorite trigger in the bunch, although I wish they would have relocated the speed control dial somewhere else than on the trigger itself. Now, when I actually started using the saw, I ran into a couple of small problems. One of them was with the quick release for the toolless blade change. It seems like an overly complicated mechanism, and initially I had some trouble getting blades to lock completely in a couple of cases. It spit blades out while I was using the saw, which is not a good thing, but I got used to it eventually. Another feature that I really liked on this saw was the all-metal quick release for changing the tilt of the nice solid metal footplate of the tool for bevel cutting. It also has a very effective dust blower that even features a little variable control on the side in case you want to turn the dust blower off or down a little bit. Performance-wise, the DW331K was rather underwhelming. It was actually the slowest saw in my 2x6 cutting tests, despite the fact that it has a 6.5 amp, largest in class motor. It's also the heaviest saw in the group, which really didn't help it much in terms of cutting smoothness, which kind of surprised me. But this saw definitely has a very good build quality. It's a solid saw, and I think it would probably be a great job site saw, would hold up very well over years of use. Physically, the Milwaukee 6268 is a big hunk of a tool that ties with the DeWalt as the heaviest saw in the bunch. But it's got a great trigger and a comfy grip that's big enough for large hands. There's also a very nice quick release lever for tilting its footplate, a control for its blower, and even a handy little chart that helps you select the best blade orbit and speed for different kinds of cutting. Although I thought the Milwaukee was overall a pretty good saw, I think its Achilles heel is its blade clamp. The quick release works very smoothly, but I found it difficult at times to get the blade far enough up into the blade clamp so that it would align properly, and occasionally it even left the blade skewed. Not very good at all. Probably thanks to its size and weight. The Milwaukee is a very smooth running, low vibration saw, almost on par with the Bosch and Festool, but it wasn't particularly aggressive cutting. The German-made Metabo STEB 135 Plus shows a very good build quality and has a nice set of standard features, including soft start motor electrics, a full set of detents for common tilt settings for bevel cutting, and 5 blade orbit settings instead of the usual 4. I particularly like its open front end design that makes it easy to see the line of cut without having to lean too far forward. On the downside, the Metabo does earn the dubious distinction of having my least favorite blade clamp mechanism, which I consistently found to be a pain to use. The Metabo comes standard with a chip extractor fitting and chip guard, and offered the best dust collection of any saw in this test. The most expensive model in this group, the Festool Tryon PSB 300 EQ, is also the smallest and most compact jigsaw I tested. Like many European-made power tools, the German-made Tryon has an excellent build quality, but lacks the rubber overmolded handle and 2-finger wide trigger that I usually prefer on a jigsaw. Middle of the pack in terms of standard features, the Festool does come with a very nice sustainer case, and it has a detachable power cord that makes it very easy to store. For toolless blade changes, the Festool has a rather stiff quick release lever, but its blade clamp is very easy to use and holds a saw blade rock solid. The Tryon's standout feature is its special blade guide system that works like the guide blocks on a bandsaw to stabilize the blade. These guides are especially effective for keeping a long saw blade running straight and true when cutting thick lumber. The Festool Tryon outgunned all the other saws in terms of cutting speed. It's very fast and smooth running. Overall, the Festool is a terrific high-quality jigsaw, and if you can afford its $300 price tag, you won't be disappointed with its top-notch performance. I found the Makita 4350 FCT to be one of the most comfortable jigsaws in the group in terms of the tool's balance and how well it fit my hand and allowed a variety of different grips to suit different cutting situations. This saw has a good feature set, including a very usable quick change blade clamp mechanism, soft start motor electronics, and a built-in LED light. The Makita followed very closely behind the Festool in cutting speed and aggressiveness, and produced only slightly more vibration than the Milwaukee and Bosch during heavy cutting operations. I think the Makita offers a nice blend of features and performance, and when you factor in that it costs half as much as the Festool, this jigsaw is a good value for the money. Bosch has been making jigsaws longer than anybody, and this experience is evident in their top-notch 1590 EVSL model, which has more features than any of the other jigsaws. These include a variable speed trigger, quick releasing tilting footplate with a dial adjustment for tightness, and a switchable dust blower. Standard accessories include a plastic shoe cover, a nice chip guard, an extractor for dust collection, and of course a nice stackable plastic case. My favorite features on the Bosch include the quick blade change mechanism, which works effortlessly and gently ejects the old saw blade. Also the user-engaged spring-loaded blade guide system, which keeps the saw blade from deflecting nicely. The only feature I didn't care for was the Bosch's odd variable speed trigger, which ramped up motor speed in 2 stages rather than continuously like the DeWalt in Milwaukee. In my performance tests, the Bosch proved to be able to cut very aggressively and quickly, and it's about on par with the Festool in terms of how smooth running and low vibration it is. When I add up all its features and performance factors, the Bosch 1590 EVSL ended up being my favorite jigsaw in this review. And with a price tag that's only about $50 more than the Makita, this model earns my vote as Woodworker Journal's best bet.